Grand Rising, beautiful black people. I know a lot of people woke up this morning confused, wondering what is going on with Brother Talib. And I was going not say anything because it's already enough mess going on, right? And y'all know I'm real solid. Y'all know I'm real solid. Y'all know I've rode for Jay since day one. Stood 10 toes down for Jay. Probably harder than a lot of people. I risked my life. Well, willing to risk my life. I have risked my life. My reputation. To the point where I was torn down all over social media. Lost many comrades behind this. Lost people in my organization standing behind this man. Sacrificed my time, my money away from my family, my daughter. Defended him when no one else would. A lot of people came on my post and said that I'm jealous of Grandmaster Jay. Let me say this. I'm jealous and I envy no man. God, the universe, made all of us different and all of us special in our own unique ways. Hurt more so than anything. Hurt more so than anything. Let me say that one more time. Hurt more so than anything in this world, for the most part, when it comes to the movement of our people. I put my people first. Always have, always will. I embody Fred Hampton and what he says. You get what I'm saying? When he says, I'm a die a revolutionary. I mean, I'm going to die as a revolutionary. Like he said, I don't believe I'm going to die in some plane crash. I don't believe I'm going to die on a piece of ice. I believe that I'm going to die for the people. I believe that I'm going to die high off the people. Evidently, there was a post that I made about Tulsa, Oklahoma. And your supreme commander, your leader, had felt some type of way about it. We had discussed it offline, on the phone, in person, about the whole Tulsa movement. Now, I understand that he came up with this idea of putting together a Million Man 2A march. I believe that was a wonderful idea. I believe majority of the Black Power movement agreed with it. Unfortunately, Jay is silenced. So he says he's silenced. Now, let's be honest. Whew, nerves is bad this morning. It hurts. It hurts a lot. It hurts real bad. Now, I believe majority of black people supported the whole thing, that the vision that he had of bringing 1 million black people together, right? But he's silenced right now. We know that him being silenced is partially true because we still see when he had his IG page up that he was still sending messages to people. he was still liking posts and everything like that. But that's neither here nor there. That's his personal business, and that's what he wanted to do and risk his freedom. Then fuck it, that's on him. Let him do that himself. But Jay watches. He sees everything online. At least when he was on Instagram, he didn't miss a beat or anything. Now, moving forward back to the whole 2A Tulsa March thing. All of the nationals, let me say that one more time. All of the nationals, myself, Babu, Nick Bezel, Malik Zulu Shabazz, King Rick, General Taco, Yakanan, AJ Frazier. Hope I didn't miss anybody in this. King Rick, Malik, Yakanan, Babu, Nick Bezel, myself, Grandmaster J, General Taco. Now I believe I'm missing one other person, but you get the gist. We all have conference calls where we sit and we talk. And we discuss the State of the Union. We're all generals on this phone call. We all show respect to each other because protocol, chain of command, we do not talk down to another general or disrespect another general or try to tell another general what to do. We try to suggest to other generals what other generals should do. So when everyone says unity, trust me, we have unity on a scale that usurps Grandmaster J as a whole by himself. That's just one man. But when you put about 8 giants at the table or more, you have something that reflects the idea of what Grandmaster J was trying to create. Now let's start here. We've been around longer. So, if you really want to put it down to the nitty gritty, Grandmaster J is the new kid on the block. The new kid on the block. Majority of the leaders didn't trust Jay per se in the beginning when he first came out, because none of us, I mean, when I say none of us, I mean absolutely none of us knew who he was. He had no track record. We had never really seen him before. He'd pop up here and there by himself, but no one really knew who he was. Showed up in Ohio with a brother named Jordan Tedling. And he posted a video saying that was first NFAC movement. Now, the truth behind that is that was Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Jordan Tedling put that together. I give credit where credit is due. That is the truth. That is not extended. That is not made up. That is facts. Because we like facts over feelings. So let's keep it 100. But that's, again, neither here nor there. Moving forward again, let's go back to Tulsa. Me and him have a conversation on the telephone. It gets really, really heated. Now, I've usually tried to humble myself and pay respect to him because I love this man. I love this man. And I kept myself humble for a good little while he talks to me crazy, snaps on me, talks at me instead of to me. And I tolerated it for the people. And I took the hits because I respect the man. And I wanted to push what he had a vision for. Now, with that being said, we had a heated argument about the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing. And he was upset. And I had to break it back down to him and let him know, like, hey, brother, what about everything that you've been saying about being black first? Now, I'm going to say this about myself. Not everyone is like this and not everyone can do it. There's been many of ideas that I've shot out, thought of, put in the air, and someone else comes along and piggybacks on it. Now, granted, I may have come up with the idea or talked about it, but for me, that's less work that I have to worry about. That if someone or another leader or someone else decides to pick up some of the slack on it and make it happen. Now, this isn't the first Million Man anything that's ever happened. We got Million Man no mask going on, Million Man this, Million Man that, million. So always, it's ever since Martin Luther King did his first Million Man march, people love to do a million anything. Half the time they ain't even got a million people, but they love calling it a million something, right? Granted, I can understand how it can be perceived by him as someone stealing his idea. But the agenda is slightly different. The movement is similar, but the idea is not, the agenda is not exactly the same. So, we have a back and forth debate about the whole thing, a heated debate. That was the first time I've ever pushed back against him, because this doesn't have to be the first and this doesn't have to be the last million anything that we do. We can do another million to a march every month, every year, every day. It doesn't even matter to me. Because we don't have to do this just one time. We can do this over and over and over until they get the picture, or until we get what we really want and what we desire. This is a lifetime movement for me. This isn't a one and done. I'm going to give you an example. When Martin Luther King did the boycott, a lot of people always want to say, let's do it one time. Let's do it one day. One day. The boycott lasted, can anybody guess how long the boycott lasted? I'll give y'all a little bit of educational, a little bit of history buff right here. Give y'all a quick little history buff right here. The boycott lasted for 381 days. 381 days. Let's say that one more time. 381 days is how long the boycott lasted with Martin Luther King. So what I'm saying is, why does it have to be one time? Why can't we do this another 381 times? You understand where I'm going with this? So, moving forward, thought everything was cool, thought he got it. He said that he supported the idea, but NFAC wouldn't be there, and he wouldn't be there. Kind of hurt my feelings again, because I couldn't understand why he wouldn't want his people to participate in something so beautiful in Tulsa, Oklahoma, honoring the people who died in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Alright, moving forward. I make a post. Jay already knew about it. He was cool with it, so I tagged him and several other leaders in the post dealing with Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, of course, NFAC people decided that they wanted to take the post and say, oh, this is an NFAC event, throw salt on it, and bash it. Let me be very clear about something. The RBG movement has been around for a very long time. We just never flexed our weight, and we've just never called 500 people together to show our manpower. But we know, and the people know, over here on our side of the fence, what we got and what we look like. We just never decided to flex our weight. Grandmaster Jay did so, and we say, well, fuck it. He already done let the cat out the bag, so fuck it. We might as well go ahead and go 10 toes, be 10 toes down with the whole thing, and fuck it, let's flex. If that's what we doing this year, all 2020, let's flex. So we decided to flex too. We could have did the same thing, but we didn't want to flex because we didn't want people to see our numbers and what we was capable of doing. But cat's out the bag, fuck it, let's do it. So, with that being said, wonderful brother named Nick Bezel came up with an idea to gather 1 million people in Tulsa, Oklahoma to pay homage to all the people who died on the anniversary of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I thought it was a beautiful idea, so we started pushing it. So I tagged him and several other leaders. So a couple of people for NFAC decided to throw salt on the game and make flyers and memes saying this is not an NFAC event, don't be fooled, and start putting all this up, being divisive. Now, mind you, 95% of the RBG movement, 95% of RBG movement, because for some reason over here on Instagram, people are stuck in this little small bubble. So a lot of people don't see a lot of stuff because NFAC is just glued to IG. So y'all don't see Facebook and the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people over on Facebook that I follow and follow me. Because let's be real, I got over 16,000 followers on Facebook. I have 5,000 friends. So if you add those numbers up, I got 21,000 followers over on Facebook. I say about 75% is RBG. That's no lie. Can't be exaggerated. If you want to follow me on Facebook, then go ahead and be my guest. But it's a whole bigger world than what y'all see over here on Instagram. Y'all only see little snippets of what's going on. So y'all are stuck in this little small bubble that if it ain't NFAC, then it must not be legit. And if Grandmaster Jay didn't say it, then it must not be legit. That is dangerous, because you begin to attack other people in the RBG movement, because for some reason Grandmaster Jay loves to incite his people to go in, and he doesn't do anything to stop them and make them cease and desist on the things that they're doing. So I'm sure he is privy, because almost everything that happens is either him or someone running back and telling him what's going on IG, especially on my page. First off, I don't like to be spied on. Let's get that straight, number one. Number two, if you got something to say to me, you can pick up the phone or you can inbox me and we can talk about it like grown-ups. So, with that being said, this leads me into the rest of the conversation about where we're at today. A sister decided to comment under my post that I tagged Jay and several other leaders under, which I discussed with Jay, which he knew of. Decided to come under there and tell me I needed to take his name off the post because it was confusing people. At that point, by the time I got to past my level of irritation from people in NFAC coming at me and coming at me sideways and telling me what to do as a national, as a leader, as a general, on the same level as your leader, who you call your supreme commander, as if you would talk to Jay the same way that you talk to me. Now in the RBG movement, we got something called a protocol and a chain of command. We all adhere by it. All the other organizations adhere by it. I'm not understanding why NFAC members do not adhere by it either. But I don't see a proper chain of command. The only chain of command I see is Grandmaster Jay, and all of his commanders are mysteries and no one really knows who they are. So with that being said, the only person that y'all knew who to go to, other than when K-Foss was around, was directly straight to Grandmaster Jay. And I'm pretty sure there's a few little here and there commanders that y'all run to that few people know about, which is fine. But Grandmaster Jay is the end all, the be all, the number one supreme God, supreme leader, supreme commander, and that's the person that y'all reside and go to and talk to get all of your commands from. That is very dangerous, my people. There should always be a proper chain of command to follow, a protocol for people to fall in line with. Now, to the people who are regular civilians, of course, you just regular civilians. But the people who are in the militant organization on the military side, is a military organization. There is proper protocol and chain of command that you should follow at all times. You should never, on the military side, yes, we are people, but once you put that uniform on and you declare to be in a militia, or gun club, or organized organization, you follow chain of command and you respect your generals as so. That's called discipline. And I see a lot of people don't have discipline. So when you come at me and you tell me what to do after I discuss something with your general, and you tell me to do something and take something down, you damn right I'm going to chew into your ass. I'm definitely going to chew into you. I'm going to let you have it, because You should not be approaching me about anything that I put up dealing with your commander or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure he sees it. What you need to do is go to your general, your commander, and ask through your proper chain of command, is this legit and is this okay? But a lot of people think that they can just do whatever, because right now NFAC has no real leader right now, other than Grandmaster Jay, and everyone's just sitting on standby, running around scattered, doing and saying anything, which is something that I addressed with him that he needed to take control of. Because someone in his organization was going to say something to me left, and I was going to dig into their shit. Just like I would with my people, just like I would with somebody in Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Original Black Panther Party, or anything of that nature. So all of us as national leaders know proper protocol and chain of command. And we know that if one of our cadres steps out of line, that we dig in their shit, unless that general attacked them for absolutely no reason. If you was out of order and being insubordinate towards another national leader, it's just like attaching your actual leader. So like if one of my people attacked Babu and said something disrespectful to him, it's just as disrespectful. It's on the same level of talking to me disrespectful. So, that being said, I tried to talk to the sister. I sent the sister 2 long inboxes, messages trying to explain to her, because a lot of people felt like I was being disrespectful to her when I addressed everyone as a whole, as a mass, as an organization, as the people, because I knew people were reading it and it went over everybody's head, because people want to say facts over feelings, but they're in their feelings and don't take facts. So here's your facts for you. That fucking saying is so annoying. Because a lot of people really don't listen to that. So, moving forward, again, like I said earlier in this conversation, that we have calls with nationals and we meet. We've met at least 4 different times over the telephone discussing different things. Of course, Grandmaster Jay was privy and part of this conversation, invited with all the other national generals, because we're trying to unite. Because everyone keeps saying, oh, we need to unite, but little do y'all know we was uniting on a grander scale than you ever even thought of. So, on this national call, in front of all of the other generals, Grandmaster Jay decides to stick his head in and decides to override the conversation and continue to talk down to all the other generals on the call. Now, I can't make this up because there's other nationals on this call. This is on a call, not a one-on-one, not a sidebar conversation, not an email. This is something with all of the national leaders on the phone. So Babu gets on and does his thing, and he's talking, and I apologize, Babu, if you didn't want your name thrown into this. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't appreciate it, and several other leaders didn't appreciate it, and you never voiced your opinion on it, but I can tell that it disturbed you. But you solid. You don't let bullshit bother you. I wish I had that type of tenacity to ignore certain things, but I just don't. My petty level is on 1,000. So he decides to disrespect one of the generals on the phone call. Then he proceeds, as we're cleaning things up, making things good, we invite him because he had a big fuss about not being invited to the whole Tulsa thing. So we invite him formally because he was already invited anyway, but he wanted to hear it. So we make sure that he hears it for himself. Now, after all this hooping and hollering, he goes all in and does his long speech like he always does when he gets in front of the cameras. Because when you hear him talk in front of the cameras and talk to you all, he has this $1 million words, but off of that he's totally different. So he puts on his radio talk show voice and decides to start talking down to us as if we're not on the same level as he is. We haven't been around long enough, doing things longer than he has. Granted, no one has ever gathered 500 people together. That's gathering people together. We could if we wanted to, but we didn't. It's not that we can't. We just didn't want to. Now, granted, he gathered a bunch of people together. Did it 6 times, and he's like to say, I made history. I made history. I made history. I I. No, 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 no. It's not an I. It's a we. We. Let me say that one more time for you, sir. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be recorded and screenplayed and back to you one more time. We made history. The people in NFAC made history. The gathering of all those beautiful black faces, the black men and the black women that came out there, they made history. Let me put the Wi-Fi on so we won't freeze. Let me say this again. We made history, my people. We made history. Not Grandmaster Jay. We made history. The people who came out there and put their lives on the line. We made history. We didn't put our life on the line for you, sir. We put our life on the line for Breonna Taylor. That's right. So, with that being said, he disrespected the general on a salute, General Moon, salute, General. So, this is one of the generals that can tell you that I ain't making this up. Alright? You can ask any other leaders on that pamphlet, on that flyer that you see if I'm making this up or not. So, he proceeds as we're cleaning everything up and he gets invited to everything and we, formally inform him what's going on. He said, oh, it's a beautiful picture and all of that. There's all this big fussing about him not being told and giving the details and all that. Just to only turn around and say, well, I'm not coming. I can't come. And NFAC ain't coming either. So you did all that for what, sir? And why can't NFAC come and be a part of something black and beautiful? Because you're not there? Because you're not there, so NFAC can't come. You did all this fussing about not being told about it just to turn around and tell us that you're not coming. So, after that, we continue on. Conversation, everything starts to get a little bit better. We're like, all right, cool. We invited the man. We put it out there. He said they couldn't come. Cool. The NFAC won't come to Tulsa and all of that good stuff or whatever. He supported it and all this old good stuff, whatever. So moving forward, I begin to speak and we're about to wrap up the conversation and everything like that. And I start to go in about how we need to make sure that our people are in line and in check. That way we don't have any type of animosity amongst our organizations and everything like that. And he proceeds to bring up something that we could have talked about offline, not in front of the generals, and try to put me on blast talking about I disrespected one of his people on the phone, on Instagram, and that I should make a public apology. I told him in front of all the other generals, I'm not making no fucking apology because your cadre shouldn't be talking to me as if I'm not a general my damn self, and you need to check all of your people. It goes on into a continuous conversation, a bunch of arguing, and another general tries to play mediator, and he starts to calm everything down, so I start to calm down. So for the people, I decide to digress and tell the brother that, I guess what, I will speak to the sister, reach out a formal apology again. I've already sent her 2 long messages to apologize and make everything good and all of that good stuff. You get what I'm saying? And the general who's mediating asks me, am I willing to talk to Grandmaster Jay? And I say, well, I've been reaching out to the brother all week and sending him a message. He hasn't been responding, so I guess this is the reason why. So the other general decides to say, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Well, Grandmaster Jay, are you able to extend the conversation and talk to this brother? And Grandmaster Jay responds, I'll think about it. Now, again, let me remind you all that this is on a national call with all these other generals. Now, Jay decides that for the next 2 weeks after this conference call, going on 3 weeks, that he wants to pass letters between me and that particular general back and forth like we're children, instead of talking to me directly. Come to find out I'm blocked on everything. As I'm trying to reach out to him and talk to him, I'm blocked all the way across the board. Every social media platform. That goes for Twitter. His IG supposedly taken down. His little private site. And evidently, I believe my number is blocked on his cell phone as well. So I'm not even getting through to him message-wise. Now, let me remind y'all before he tries to pull up something and say he didn't block me. You can still get messages when people block you. It still come through, so it still show up. So if he comes back and says, I didn't block him, he still was able to call me, that's bullshit. Because it's called a ringtone thing that you get when you know people block you and you get certain messages in response to that. So, of course, I'm pissed and I'm hurt and I'm upset because instead of him talking to me directly, he wants to pass messages to me through another general and all that good stuff. So I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this. I don't have time for childish games. I don't. I'm too grown. I got too much work to do. That particular general called me last night because he saw the post that I put up of that portrait of Grandmaster Jay. Well, I called him Captain Crunch. He put his face on the cereal box and all that. My petty level knows no bounds. I knew that was going to get his attention because I wanted to know if he was actually watching me and so on and so forth. But I knew it was going to get his attention because I like to shake a few things up just to see what the move is. I already got messages that he had it out for me and all that good stuff ever since our little fallout and different things like that. So, of course, I'm messaging him trying to find out. That's how I figured out that I was blocked on his cell phone or whatever the case may be, too, because I wanted to see what the fuck was going on because we talk all the fucking time. I was told when I had my legal fund going on that he was going to donate to me. It's not even about money. Let's make sure that we're clear on this. I'm just pointing out shit that I don't like. And what got me pissed off and got me to this point, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know why. He told me, oh, when you come down, after I beat my case, we're going to pop bottles, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I'm going to donate to your GoFundMe and everything like that for your legal case and all of that good stuff or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Kept saying, oh, I'm going to donate, I'm going to donate, I'm going to donate. I donated to this man's legal case. To his GoFundMe. I didn't get that in return. You're sitting on almost $300,000 and you can't even put nothing on my books, but I put something on your books. Y'all can be like, oh, y'all are battling about money. No. It's the principle of the thing. I support you. I push you harder than anybody I could think of. I started the All Eyes on Grandmaster Jay. I started it. While everybody else was standing down in NFAC when he got locked up, I was willing to take my people and the chosen few who was going to go with me down there and risk my life while I was still facing my own court case and couldn't legally open and carry. I was still going to take my strap and stand out there and risk the rest of my life to get this man out. I put my life and my reputation and my organization and my reputation online and got blasted for this man. And the time that I needed him to stand behind me and have my back, he turned his back on me. That's why I'm pissed off, people, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know exactly what I've done for him, how hard I went for him, how many friends, comrades I lost behind defending this man. Y'all know exactly what I've done, so I shouldn't even have to tell you, but you already know. So the comrade brought up, I said, I can name so much that I've sacrificed for Grandmaster Jay to be hurt the way that I'm hurt. Now I asked him to name one thing that Grandmaster Jay has sacrificed for me in return. He brought up and said, well, Grandmaster Jay came to Washington, D.C. in support of you. I said, no, let me stop you there. Grandmaster Jay came to Washington, D.C. because he thought he was going to have a speech with Al Sharpton on that day. He didn't come for me. He came for that. So let's go on to the next one. Tell me another reason, another time when Grandmaster Jay sacrificed his time for me. He said, oh, well, he let NFAC come out to Washington, D.C. and support you during the whole little Trump thing on January 6th. Okay, let me stop you there. All of those people who came out to support me in Washington, D.C. that was claiming NFAC, he denounced them and said that they was rogue members and that they didn't properly belong to the NFAC and that they wasn't part of a chapter, so they wasn't actual NFAC and they didn't go down on his permissions, and he denounced them and they wasn't NFAC. And he was upset about that. So, no, he didn't send anybody out to support me. They came on their own. So, He brought up another one and said, well, Grandmaster Jay give you shout outs on his live video. Okay, again, by default, Grandmaster Jay has no other choice because the last time he was pulling that in the beginning, he wasn't shouting out the organization who made up a good majority of NFAC. He wasn't giving out any shout outs, so by default, he has no other choice but to address me and every other major organization that's out here because our people make up a good portion of that. So he has no other choice but to pay homage to us by default. So I say, okay, brother, you still not giving me anything. I'm waiting. So he brought up about the sister who is now currently running his GoFundMe. And he said, well, you disrespected that sister. And I was wrong because you got to think about what she's been through and all the death threats that she's possibly receiving and all that good stuff. So let me break down this GoFundMe and tell the truth about the whole GoFundMe. The truth about the whole GoFundMe, the sister was never threatened by anyone about this GoFundMe. What happened was the sister tried to steal the money on a GoFundMe, and Grandmaster Jay discussed with me because he was worried that NFAC members was going to attack this sister for trying to steal his money. The sister tried to steal from him and didn't want to give up the money to him. So he had to fight with GoFundMe in order to get the GoFundMe shut down and taken over so the sister wouldn't steal money from him. But he didn't want to tell the people that because he was afraid that NFAC members would attack the sister for trying to steal the money. Hence, now you have the new GoFundMe account. That's the truth. So I was like, no, this isn't getting any real death threats. So don't think that that's what that is. Now, moving forward to today, where we are now. Yes, I'm pissed, and yes, I'm hurt. Very pissed and very hurt. Now, I stand with all of the members. All of the members. Let me say this one more time. I stand for all of the members who are out there frontlining, who have frontlined the past 6 formations with NFAC. Everyone who's put on everything, I still stand with every last one of y'all 110 toes down. I support every single last one of y'all. None of you are my enemy. But if you want to make me your enemy all because of one man, because one man who turned his back on another solid brother such as myself, and y'all know I'm 100% solid, there has to be something going on for all of these people to keep falling off. And we can't all be making this shit up, and we all can't be haters because there's some real brothers out here who are really hurt about some shit. So y'all got to start looking at some real truth behind this. Some real truth behind this. Now, y'all know I ain't going to sit on here and come on here because I rolled for him harder than anything, anybody, or whatever. I put my own people on the back burner. Y'all are almost turning this into a cult. Because if it ain't NFAC, y'all shitting on it, and then y'all turn around and talk about we need to unite and we need to come together. And the biggest perpetrator who's dividing us is Grandmaster Jay. And y'all don't even see it. And I saw it, but I tried to ignore it because I wanted to believe that these people was just upset. Now, I didn't think that he would turn his back on me in the way that he just did. Neither did I believe that he was going to blast and disrespect all the generals on the national call the way he did. And all of the generals are feeling some type of way. So he has no more allies now. None. Because we're all united. We're not united against him, but we're united against bullshit. So we have decided as a union, as a state of the union, we are stepping away from him. Everyone else, we love you. We love you. We just hope that it's not too late by the time he does the same thing to you. I hope that he doesn't. I know that a lot of you ladies love this brother. I know a lot of you brothers believe in him because it wasn't anybody that was really in the picture before he came along. But I want to tell you that it's a lot of solid brothers out here that's been around way longer than he has. And we actually putting in some real work. We actually out here feeding the people. Other than that march, he has told his people to stand down and not do shit. Y'all can't, you mean to tell me y'all can't even go feed the people? You mean to tell me that y'all can't get out here and put together things on your own? That's a cult. There is no chain of command. There is no manual for the NFAC. He is the manual. He is almost like a god. Whatever he says goes. That is dangerous, my people. That is dangerous. Anytime, no one man should have all that power. We've tried to implore him on several different things to try to help him become stronger and build, not to tear him down, but we want to see our brother grow. And he's given nothing but us and all the other nationals nothing but his ass to kiss. This isn't just a me thing. This is a national thing. Other leaders feel the exact same way. Other national leaders, major leaders, heavy hitters have been around doing this for a while. So as of today, Fred Hampton Gun Club does not stand with Grandmaster Jay, but we love and stand with all of the other members that are under his reign. And we hope that y'all pull away from it. It's a sad day for me. I'm genuinely hurt because I put in a lot of time and effort and energy into this brother. A lot. Wasn't going to go public because I felt like it was going to be a bunch of backlash and a bunch of attacks, but the real should know what I'm saying to know that I'm being real about it. And I'm not K-Foss, respect to him. I'm not Ozone. I'm not Ghost or all these other people. You get what I'm saying? I'm not Militia, and I'm not co-signing anything that they had going on with them, but there got to be some legitimacy behind some of this because a lot of people that are close to him like I am have decided to walk away. Now I feel like maybe I'm the last of the Mohicans. I hate to lead a brother in such a time of turmoil, but when you got people like me in your corner doing your time of turmoil and you decide to push me away and cut me off over something real petty instead of checking your cadre and doing what you're supposed to do and having them respect me as a general, as another national, you let your people just come at me any old type of way and then got mad at me when I decided to start checking them. I had your back. Why didn't you have mine? And then you blocked me. I'm just waking up, folks. I'm sorry. Then you block me all across the board, and then you start passing notes back and forth between generals instead of talking to me directly. We grown ass men. Now let me go ahead and say this in a street way. And this be 100%. That's some bitch ass nigga shit. We're grown ass fucking men. I agree, infighting is never the way to go. I agree 100%, infighting is never the way to go. But the crazy thing is, out of all the nationals, we all get along. You know, the only person we have trouble with is Grandmaster Jay. It's not because we don't like him. It has nothing to do with that. Because it's not about whether or not you like someone. It's the respect level that comes along with it. We may not all like each other, but it's the respect that goes along with it. Let me make sure let me say that one more time because it's bigger than us and it's about the people, and we all say that, and all the other generals know that it's bigger than us. That's why we're united, because I put this together. I brought all the generals to the table, me and another general. I pushed harder to make sure that it's either you was going to get down with this or you was going to get ran the fuck over, because it's bigger than just one individual person. It's bigger than Jay, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than Babu, it's bigger than King Rick, it's bigger than Taco, it's bigger than Malik, it's bigger than all of us. So it's either you're going to get down or lay down. But for some reason, Jay thought it was bigger, it was just about him. And it's not bigger than him. He got an egotistic, narcissistic personality that is very toxic and dangerous on a national leadership level. And he tried to push that over here to us as generals, and we won't have it. Unfortunately, we will have to pull back from him, and I implore all the other leaders to do the same thing. Majority are. Unfortunately, because of what he did on that national call. I would love to disclose everything on that national call because it was so beautiful. I mean, we got an agenda out of this world that will blow your minds. That even Grandmaster Jay had to say, "God damn, that shit is hot. That shit is tight. I love this shit right here." But even being first introduced to that, he was pissed the fuck off because he didn't write it. He didn't put it together. All the other major generals was on board, loved it, clapped hands, was like, "Yo, this is dope. This is fire. This is dope. This is this." He the only one that came with like a super hard critique trying to downplay it. I refuse to try to start this movement and move forward with someone who's going to continue to be the hardest, be in the way, to be opposition to the movement. We're trying to build something beautiful that's even bigger than him, bigger than me, bigger than all of us, and he want to make it all about him. Be careful, black family. Be very careful. Let's not turn this into worshiping one man. Because it's about the people. Let me remind y'all again, it's about the people. It's never about one man. It's never about me. If I die today, I want y'all to keep it moving and keep pushing as hard as you can. If I die today, I know I got somebody to pick up the mantle and continue. If Grandmaster Jay died today, what's going to happen? Who is going to pick up the NFAC and carry on? He doesn't want anyone else to pick it up and carry it on. I want someone to pick up mine and continue to carry this on. When I got locked up, my organization continued. When I couldn't do certain things, my organization continued. Something happened to Grandmaster Jay. NFAC is at a complete standstill. Y'all have not moved since he has been locked up. Why is that? Because there's no proper chain of command, because he is the chain of command. That is very dangerous and very toxic, my people. I'm telling you something from a militia standpoint of view. Not as a nation, but as a militia. But I wanted to get this out. I wanted to be very transparent about why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, why I'm hurt, and why I will be stepping back in the Fred Hampton Gun Club. Will be stepping back from just Grandmaster Jay. NFAC family, y'all are always welcome. Always welcome. Always welcome. Now, y'all saying this whole thing is sad. Y'all need to check your leader, your supreme commander. Y'all need to start holding your supreme commander accountable, because for some reason he's going around hurting a lot of great black people out here that are leaders and people who are in his corner. Y'all need to start asking him why. Because y'all are blinded by this man's beautiful words and his beautiful teachings, and y'all are not understanding what's really going on. Now, don't get me wrong, I jump in my people's shit, but it's usually dealing within the manual. And I get on them about a lot of different things when I'm being militant. But I also let my people have free reign and think for themselves and be able to be free to go out in the community and do what they need to do for the people, because the people come first and they're before me. I have a chain of command. I can be voted out of my organization at any given time. Granted, I have an EIN and it's my organization. I file taxes on it. It belongs to me, but it also belongs to the people. So the people come first. So it belongs to the people. It don't belong to me. The only reason why I got it is so that if someone leaves, they don't try to steal the organization and go corrupt it. But my people are free to do as they please. My people are free to train as they please. My people are free to do in the community as they please without having to come to me and ask permission. I just want to make sure that follows protocol and the manual and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. But I never tell my people to stand down unless it's going out there with someone who means harm to our people. I will never ever tell my people not to organize with another major black organization that represents RBG and tell them to stand down at any given moment because I can't be there, because I'm not sure exactly what's going on, because I trust the leadership and the comrades that I'm aligned with to make sure that my people make it home safe and sound. And that's fine, brother. You're speaking from a civilian point of view. I'm talking from a militia point of view. Now, if y'all want to take this from a nation point of view, that's a whole different ballgame. What I'm talking about right now is as a militia. And that's what a lot of y'all don't understand. Y'all seeing it from a civilian point of view, and I'm talking from a militia and militant point of view. There's a chain of command and proper protocol. When you talk to me and you're in the militia, you're going to talk to me as if you're in the militia. If you're not in the militia, you're going to talk to me offline, but you do not get to dictate to me what militant organizations do and what we participate in and what we should and should not post. If you're not in a militia and you're not a militant and you're not a sworn soldier, you have no right to come at me and tell me what to do as far as organizations go, as far as militias go or movements go. Outside of that, when it comes to nation building, we can have a conversation all day long. If you're a civilian, we could talk all day long about nation building, but when it comes to a militia, you have no right and no rank and no protocol or any reason to approach me outside of general or commander general or general commander. So with that being said, all my civilians out here, I love y'all. I understand why y'all are hurt and confused because y'all starting to mix together the nation and the nation building that he's trying to do and the militia that he's trying to build. Those are two separate things. I'm addressing the militia. So nation building, you damn right. This is a beautiful thing. But what I'm talking about right now is militia and protocol and chain of command. So, that being said, I love y'all. It's unfortunate what's happening. Jay, if somebody shares this with you, or if y'all talk to Jay yourselves, you need to let him know that he needs to reach out to me and he needs to talk to me personally. But I'm pretty sure he won't because his ego is far too big. It's bigger than the people. His ego is bigger than the people. And I can't have that, and you're in the way. I refuse to be bothered with anybody whose ego is bigger than the people, bigger than the mission, bigger than what we're trying to do. It's unfortunate. Now, I love all the people that are in the nation and all the people that are in the militia. But y'all have to work on your chain of command and your protocol, and y'all need to get that aligned correctly. Because I'm not just somebody or a regular person. I put in a lot of work. A lot of work. Literally blood, sweat, and tears and my freedom. I've been on the front lines, shot with rubber bullets, tear gas, beat with batons, arrested, done it all. I put together protests, murals in my city. I talked to the local council members in my city to get things changed and laws changed and everything like that. So I'm not just any old regular person. And you're absolutely right, brother, and you're still missing the whole point of what I'm trying to tell you. Let me explain something to you, brother. I am just one person, but together we are people and we are a nation. But when one person tries to disrupt that and make it about them, which is what I'm talking about, brother, that's when we have a problem. And again, you keep making it about one person. When we make this, we make this. You make NFAC. He doesn't make NFAC. We make NFAC. We make the Fred Hampton Gun Club. We make Huey P. Newton Gun Club. We make Anubis. We make the new Black Panther Party. Where there's just the visionaries that came and brought some of these organizations and movements together and hold them together. And have protocols and manuals and instructions for us to follow. That's what we are here for. We are here to be servants of the people. That's what a leader is. I'm your servant. I serve the people. And I will die for the people. I will die high off the people. We make this. You make this. Not one man, not me. We. We the people. All power to the people. We the people. Get this in your mind. Get this in your quote. We the people. Not just NFAC. Not just the new Black Panther Party. Not Fred Hampton Gun Club. We the people. When you erase all these names and all these organizations, we the people. We make this happen. Regardless of the person who started the idea or whatever, if the people want something, that's what the people want. What do the people want? Not what Grandmaster Jay wants. Not what I want. What do the people want? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let me try one more time. Not what Grandmaster Jay want, not what I want, not what Babu want, not what Amun want. What do we want? It's not about what he wants. It's not about what I want. It's what we want. We want the power to determine our own future. We want access to proper education. We want to be tax exempt. We want what we want. We want reparations. It's about us, people. Don't ever big me up too high. Please don't. I don't want it. Never mention my name again. Never mention Fred Hampton Gun Club again. That's fine. Just know we in the back doing for the people. We doing for the people. I tell my people all the time that if it wasn't for them, there would be no me. I didn't do nothing. They did that. That training we just did, I didn't do that. They did that. We did that. And what I do as an individual is just me as an individual. But when it comes to this movement, it's we. We did that. So, hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Please forgive me. I love y'all. I want to make sure that I put this information out there so no one take and be confused about what's going on and why I'm standing the way I stand. Am I angry? Am I hurt? Yes, I am. It's unfortunate. Now, I'm not telling y'all to walk away from Grandmaster Jay. If that's your leader and that's who you want to stand up under, that's fine. I'm not telling you to leave your home. That's where you want to be. That's where you feel home at. That's where you feel safe at. That's fine, but I don't. I don't feel loved. I don't feel respected. I don't feel all of my sacrifice was for naught. I believe it was for you all. I didn't do this for him. I did this for y'all. But at the same time, the person that I do feel a personal attachment to what I did because of the individual who pushed me to do what I did. So yes, it does hurt when you stand in someone's corner and when you need them to stand in your corner and have your back, they don't do it and they fall on you and they turn their back on you as if you don't deserve that type of respect in return. And that's not fair to me. And I don't do that to other people. If I say I ride with you, I ride with you. I expect the same thing in return. And when you don't show me that and you give me your ass to kiss, that's when you piss me off. And that's the last thing you want to do. Because I was the thread that was holding his alliance together with everybody else over here on the national side as far as RBG. And when he disrespected me, he lost respect from all the other leaders because we've known each other for a long time, for years. Years and years and years. If we got a problem with each other, we pick up the phone and we talk to each other directly. We don't pass messages along. We talk to each other directly. If I got a problem with another general, I call another general. I don't have another general call another general for me. We don't do that. That's childish. We pick up the phone and we talk to each other like grown men. Children do that. We're not in high school. I don't need a peer mediator. You're not a guidance counselor. We talk to each other directly. And that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. And when you tell another grown man you will think about it after that grown man has officially apologized in front of other national leaders to you, and you still come behind and disrespect me in such a way where all the other leaders recognize it and all the other leaders look like, what the fuck, what just happened? Unfortunately, he has no allies over here on the national level. So you can shout out UP Newton Gun Club and all of them, but I don't know. I'm just going to speak for me. As for me, my organization, we no longer stand with him. I implore other national leaders to do the same. But as of right now, I don't believe he has any more allies because of what he did to me and another general on that national phone call. And he shot himself in the foot, people. So don't blame us. You need to talk to your national leader for what he did. He shot himself in the foot, and he did this to himself. Yes, it reaches social media. The reason why it reaches social media is because everything I've done for him has been on social media. He loves social media. Hence the reason why all of his memes is floating around. And that's again for y'all defending him another time. No, we don't like to see stuff like this. I wasn't going to because I felt like it was messy, but I think it needed to be said because y'all know I'm the hardest person out here riding for him. Majority of y'all are following me because you know how close I am with this man. So I was hoping maybe if I come out and tell the truth that y'all will understand that, look, Brother Talib is a solid brother. Why would he have a reason to lie? I don't have no reason to lie. I'm not getting anything out of bashing him. If anything, I'm probably making more enemies because I know a lot of people are faithfully following him regardless and blindly because he's a smooth talking brother. Talks real good. But it's the action for me. I did. I said that on the phone call. I said that he interrupted me right when I said I would take a bullet for him. And then that's when he decided to disrespect me on the phone call. In front of all the other nationals. I can't make this up. This ain't just a one-on-one conversation. This is with other nationals that you see on that flyer. All those other major organizations. If you don't believe me, ask them. Now, if you tell me that me and all these national leaders are lying, then that means you are lost more than I thought you were. And this is a call. All I'm saying is this, and this is all I'm making this out to be. I'm not telling anybody to leave this man. I'm just telling you the reason why I'm leaving. Him. Not the people, but him. I stand with y'all all day long. I love every last one of y'all. I mean, I absolutely love every last one of y'all. But I refuse to stand beside a man who don't have my back. Harder more than I have his. So with that being said, like the Reek 24 just said, all eyes on Tulsa, Oklahoma. I shall see y'all there. If any one of y'all think y'all gonna come out there on some bullshit, I will have my family with me and the SRT team with me. And this ain't what you want. And these ain't the problems that you want. I actually go out and train. I'm very militant. I've been doing this for years. So don't sleep. So don't come at me sideways. I'm going to cease and desist. I don't think I got anything else to bash Grandmaster J on. I just was pissed off. And I'm going to leave those memes up. I'm not taking that down. I'm not taking that down at all. Oh, and speaking about that photo, just so y'all know, that picture, that painting that he said got done, if you Google it, you can find several other people. Matter of fact, I'm going to post it when I get off here. You can get that done anywhere. Nobody painted that for him. You can get that done online and have his face cropped on there and stuff like that. They got pictures of Donald Trump and George Bush and Mel Gibson and Denzel Washington and Eminem and everybody on there. You get what I'm saying? So nobody painted that for him. But this is whoever made that for him when they made it done online and got it sent to him or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So before you say somebody painted that for him, no one painted that for him. Just get irritated with all the lies. There's so much stuff that I could say online and say to y'all, but it doesn't even matter at this point, because after that it would sound like I'm just nitpicking and all this other stuff or whatever. But it's a lot of stuff that I saw red flags that I decided not to say anything about, because I believed in the vision. I almost got caught up into that one man thing, and then I had to remember that it's not about just one man. I'm hurt, people. Y'all know I wouldn't be doing all this. Y'all know I love this man, and I fought for him, and I fought harder for him than I did myself. I put my own case on the back burner when I was facing time. My own stuff. I didn't even put my GoFund up. I pushed his for months before I even focused on mine. Now, I was right there closer to my case than he was to his. I donated to his GoFundMe. You think he did the same for me? I defended him publicly, got blasted on YouTube, got destroyed online by other organizations, and had people leave my organization and turn my back on me, all because I defended this man to a T without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, no matter what people said. 100%. Never ever let anyone disrespect nobody. One person, I asked him to correct for me, he couldn't even do it. And turned his back on me because of one person. I've had people, hundreds of people, do me wrong. All in the name of him. And he couldn't stand up for me one time that I needed him to. And he turned his back on me and blocked me on every single thing all across the board. And started talking to me through other people and disrespected me on a national call in front of other national leaders, and disrespected other national leaders on the call as well, talking down to them as if they were not just as important as him. Can't make this up, man. I love y'all, man. Sad day for me. Hate that I even have to make this video for y'all to hear this and see this, but I love y'all. Wish it didn't go down like this. Wish we wasn't here. Y'all stay dangerous. Y'all stay black and proud. All power to the people. All power to the people.